7 amazing foods with no carbs and no sugar. As we all move forward with our fast-paced lives, we're unknowingly putting the brakes on our health because most of us don't take time out to plan meals and do some sort of physical activity. This is why some people try to stick to diets, and some even do intermittent fasting to cut down on calories. But skipping meals and starving yourself is never advisable. If you're somebody who enjoys the diet culture and likes to follow simple diet rules, you must have an idea about how a no-carb and no-sugar diet can do amazing things for your health. But carbs and sugar are everywhere, so understanding which foods you can skip and which foods you can enjoy can be a bit confusing. Luckily, we're strong advocates of raising awareness about health and wellness, and that is why in this video, we're going to share with you our list of 7 amazing foods that are so low in carbs and sugar that you must add them to your diet immediately. But before we dive into the health profile of these amazing foods, it's important to know why a low-carb, no-sugar diet is important. As we mentioned a while ago, our jobs and the general lifestyle are too hectic, too sedentary, and too tiring for us to pay attention to what we eat, and we end up eating high-fat, calorie-rich, and highly processed foods. This is because our jobs keep us too stressed, and we tend to overlook our health. The situation is so bad that there have been many studies that show that an adult American's primary source of stress is their jobs, and that this stress has been steadily increasing over the past few decades. If it still seems a bit unclear how stress can badly affect our health, maybe this will help. Stress is a contributing factor to many health conditions, such as high blood pressure, diabetes, heart problems, and stroke. So it doesn't just affect your mental health, but takes a toll on your physical health too. But what do sugar and carbohydrates have to do with this? That's a good question. The answer is that stress doesn't just occur when you have a bad day at work, but when you eat foods that have a lot of sugar and a high carbohydrate content. Studies show that it triggers anxiety and depression-like stress symptoms. Alternatively, when you eat a diet free of carbs, you eliminate sugar and switch to high-protein and fat diets that can boost heart health, keep your blood sugar in check, lose weight, and maintain good overall health. It's also important to know that eliminating extra carbs means getting rid of sugar as well, because sugar is a type of carbohydrate and a very dangerous one. So, how do we skip this? By adding these 7 foods to your diet. Now let's find out what these are. Number 7. Eggs. You might have often heard gym enthusiasts talking about how they eat boiled eggs in their breakfast because they're trying to bulk up and lose fat. This is because eggs are a great food option if you're trying to eat more protein and fewer carbs. According to the National Agricultural Library, which is one of the 5 national libraries of the United States, an egg only contains less than half a gram of carbohydrate. They're also full of beneficial minerals and vitamins, are easy to cook, and also easily accessible. A famous low-carb, fat-rich diet called the Keto diet also encourages the use of eggs. Eggs are also good for eye health, as many studies have shown that they contain important compounds that prevent the degeneration of eyesight. So the next time you're making breakfast for yourself, remember to boil an egg. Number 6. Almonds. Here's another thought. We tend to snack on sweet jellies and even chocolates, which all sound delicious, but have high levels of carbs and sugars that are bad for us. So even if you might not feel like eating eggs while watching a movie, we have another alternative, which is almonds. These small, delicious nuts are perfect if you're watching your carbs, but tend to go off course from your diet plan when it comes to snacks. And one reason why almonds are perfect is because they don't require any preparation time. Not only does an ounce of almond contain only 6 grams of carbs, but they are also a great source of antioxidants, which help the body fight against the harmful effects of free radicals that can lead to bigger health problems such as heart disease and even cancer. And there's more. Studies show that almonds make you feel fuller and hence help reduce appetite, resulting in better weight management. Number 5. Broccoli. Turns out, all those times our mothers used to nag us about eating our veggies, especially broccoli, they were right after all. Because no matter how much of a meat lover you are, you've got to admit that these colorful vegetables are full of important nutrients that our bodies need to keep working. As far as the carb content of broccoli goes, we're happy to report that 1 cup of broccoli contains less than 5 grams of carbs, but is otherwise full of fiber, minerals, and vitamins. Harvard Health Publishing reported that eating broccoli leads to lesser aft deposits in the aorta, which is the biggest blood vessel of the body, so it can help keep your blood vessels clean. Besides promoting healthier heart function, broccoli also helps to reduce the risk of diabetes, is good for skin health, and reduces inflammation. Number 4. Beef. Here's some good news for people who don't feel like eating broccoli a lot. Veggies aren't the only food items that are low in carbs. We're not saying that you shouldn't eat veggies at all, but having a little diversity of choices can be very encouraging if you're trying to restrict carbs and sugar. Beef has absolutely no carbohydrates, and thus no sugar. And we're talking about unprocessed beef here, because processed meat has some starch. This makes raw beef an excellent source of protein and good fats, minerals, and vitamins that together can boost your muscle performance and the body's overall health. It also tastes great when cooked right, so you don't have to feel sad about losing sugar. Number 3. Salmon. So you have your veggies and you have your beef, but what about some seafood? Well, the good news is this seafood is famous for being a great source of protein, and much of it is low in carbs and sugar. For example, everybody enjoys a nicely cooked salmon, and you would be surprised to know that salmon has 0 carbs and therefore 0 sugar. Besides carbs, a meal of salmon can provide you with omega-3 fatty acids, calcium, potassium, phosphorus, zinc, and many different kinds of vitamins. So you can imagine how good it is for your health, your brain, and other organs of the body, especially because it is a healthy meal free of sugar. Number 2. Green tea. Let's talk about beverages. You have a lot of food options, but what if you feel like drinking a can of soda after dinner? We all know it's full of sugar and it's going to badly affect our health, so what can we replace it with? A good option is green tea, which might sound a bit boring, but when we tell you about how good this is for your health, you're going to be running to the store to get some green tea leaves. Green tea contains no carbs and sugar and has 0 calories. The compounds found in green tea make it an excellent anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, and antioxidant beverage. Some people add sugar to green tea, but we suggest you try it without it and add it to your after-dinner rituals. Number 1. Kale. At the top of our list is another veggie, which is kale. You have probably heard many people talk about how amazing kale is for your health, and they're not wrong. Because if you look at the nutrition profile of kale, you'll notice that it is full of important vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. 1 cup of kale contains around 0.9 grams of carbs, so it is almost negligible, but it does contain a good amount of calcium, vitamin A, and vitamin C, and supports bone, heart, and eye health. So it is a must-add to your grocery list. So there you have it. A list of 7 different kinds of foods that include meat, vegetables, and even a beverage to help you cut down on carbs. We're not claiming that carbs are bad and should be eliminated because they break down to give your body energy, but the trend of consuming highly processed foods excessively has increased carb and sugar consumption that has detrimental effects on health. So what you can do is add boiled eggs to your breakfast, eat roasted almonds with your movie, enjoy a well-prepared salmon, and drink green tea afterwards. All these foods are easy to prepare and readily available in the local grocery store. Now remember, you have the right to choose whichever kind of diet you like, but balance is the key. And if you liked the content of today's video, we have similar topics in store, especially for you. All you have to do is like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can find us easily on your feed the next time we have interesting things to share. See you soon.